Hello, what's up? Oh, what is up? Just a second. I think we're good. Right, so what is up, everyone? I know we started this phase yesterday, I think, and then I couldn't keep up, so I had to finish. So we're just gonna do this layering through water now. So I pinned the yesterday's session. I'm just applying water to the drawing we did yesterday. I am good. What is up with you? How is it going with you? And the worst paper to work on with water, I swear. What is up? I saw this face yesterday on Pinterest. It was a sad girl. So I thought, why not to try something inspired by that? Just a portrait. So I might just tear this paper now at this point. We're using too much water. So the teary effect is going to come with the paper being paper being wobbly. But still you've got to detail it right. I just told you, see, I saw this image of a girl with a crying face, and it was all like after rage kind of a portrait. It's so inspiring, but her face is kind of all red, so I wanted to do an inspirational thing out of that. So, I mean, I can't show you the picture. I can, but in a bit. But I'm trying to just get that, that feeling. So I'm not going to copy it, but just look at it as a reference and draw something of my own, taking inspiration, but obviously will give credit to the original picture. Just trying to give more sense to the shadow. Also that try to add some hair with the pencil. However, you should use colors instead of dodging with the pencils. Also, we can use all sorts of colors, so why not? Let me zoom this out. Pop PG. What's up, Pop PG? Sup, Pop PG. So I should add more red to her hair. Could be orange even. Because why not? Must be having this light red color somewhere. The light red is that, what's it called? Sort of a brown. I need to find it. And somewhere here. Is this it? I don't know, man. Yeah, that is it, I think. Right, let's zoom this out a bit more. Has this dried up? I want this to be dried up so I can add more detail to the eyes. Let's add orange. We need a little black so that there's a little more depth. But we need to add more pink. Alright, this looks better now. Let me do the outline. The shadow, I think we should do with this purple and then add more dark tone on top to give it that shadow. What's up, what's up? Thank you for joining in, guys. Alright, now for the lower lip shadow. And gonna give it a little curve with a highlight to make the chin pop out. Just this white thin line will define the reflected light. This looks fine. Let's do a little more detailing of the lip. I want it to be reddish, like red. This looks fine. Let's keep going. Let's add the outline. Just a thin line. Give more detail to this part. All right, now it needs to be red, red, red. Keep the gradient on, like go dark after light, light after dark, because we don't want it to be super flat. So yeah, need to add some purple now for the lower lip part. Should have used a better paper for sure, so I could have worked more with water. All right, let's darken the eyes and everything. I want to use some blue now in the eyes. Something of the sort, maybe. Like a grayish blue. Instead of using black directly. And for the eyebrows, I'll also use the same tone first. I think we should add this color more towards her hair and a little bit of face. Like the shadow could have a little tinge of this color. And the lower part. She's got that I'm so done look. You're using more blue now to make this illustration more interesting. I really hope the drawing looks sharp enough. I don't know. Let me try this light. Gets any better. Right. See with this filter now. I think it would make it a little better. Yeah, I guess it does, right? So, alright. Just makes this video more sharper, I guess. Alright, let's add more red and browns. Your eyes need a little black and the darkest brown. So what we're gonna do now is take some water and try to make this color a little flat. Just applying water. So that some parts get to have more detail, more depth. Right. Right. So we are going to give this lower lip more depth with the same brownish tone. And try to play around with the color that's beneath, just done in pencil colors, to make it a little more opaque. We're just adding more water so that creates multi textures. Just adding more details. Please show some love if you like this illustration. We'll try and add more red. I don't think I have red on my palette, so me being that lazy artist, I'll work with what I have. Alright, I really don't want to use this, like, too much of water on this paper, but I can't help it now. I really like this orange tone now, so I might just add it more. It looks too sharper when it's wet. It's gonna merge in, like it won't stay as stark as it looks as if when it's wet. All right, this is promising enough for us to move towards the head. So just going to add a little yellow to the sides as a base. And we will try to fix her hair. Uh, we don't want too much attention over her hair, so you just keep it rough. But we'll try to fix it, fix whatever looks just uneven. But comparatively, to keep the focus more towards her face and the features, just try to avoid detailing the surrounding parts. All right, let's add a little red or a pink, maybe a purple towards the front. And a little orange would do as a base tone. And we need a little red as the main covering base for the entire picture. So you just, it's a really sharp red. It's almost sharp as this, but using it real light to create this pinkish tone. See wherever it's wet, it's just getting too stark red. So I think this is enough for the front forehead. Just needs a little darker lines, sort of a black in her hair. And we will add the darkest brown that we have to give it a little more detail, a little more convincingly illustrated enough to balance the entire drawing. Also this and these eyebrows will be touched a little more. So yeah, coming back to what parts should you be detailing, what parts can be left, like um, considering in a drawing like this, you could just detail the eyes and leave everything else as secondary, like give it lesser detail and it will do. So it's entirely up to whoever's drawing, where do they want the focus to be at. And don't worry if some of the details look way darker, because you're still touching it. Also, I think the lips will be a little deeper in hue with a little more red, so we will fix that. Oops, I messed this up. I've got to do something about it. All right, this will do. You know what? I was looking at the messages. How long have we been doing this for? It's just been like 30 minutes. All right, so let's make these eyebrows a little darker. And a little more tone over here. So for the eyebrows, I'll just add plain black. And then I will add a little red on top, because red is supposed to be everywhere in this picture. See, it's coming out like from everywhere. Girl is going red. And pink, of course, pink. Right, so I was thinking to add more deeper sort of a layer of this red to be around her lips, and then add more water to see if it's doing the trick. Because I don't have red on my palette, on my watercolor palette. Yeah, I think this will do. I just need to do this carefully. So I'm going to do the lower lip, the shadow of the lower lip first. And this outline, this looks fine. And a little shadow in red. I know exactly what to do. So I will make this paper wet and oops, it's not taking color. Let's not force it because I might just tear this paper out. Alright. So how to fix this? We need to have a hair strand coming down from the left now because we messed this up. And I think I will just remove this ear entirely so that no mistakes happen, right? Alright, and now we will bring this super brown, light red, with some black. So I'll add more brown and then we'll see with the black. Yeah. Let me zoom this out if I can. If I can. Yeah. All right. So applying the same color all over and over in layers will help it give it sort of a, you know that you use a filter called a photo filter if you use Photoshop. So it's that kind of a thing. It's sort of a photo filter with the same color to go with the entire portrait. So usually it's a neutral color, but you can go crazy with all sorts of color, like purple or green maybe. Alright, so we haven't used any green in this. We can try giving it a little crazier look by adding this fluorescent green. Let's hope that works. Let's give it in a hair like. Why not? Then it'll have mostly all the colors. So adding more color to her hair. She looks sad as fuck. attitude while being colorful. Yeah, that's the thing. She looks really sad while being so colorful. I'll take a little break for like 15 minutes, 10 minutes, and we'll start again. Please show some love and stick by if you can. Be back in 10, 15 minutes. Hello, what's up? Yes, yes, I'm back. What's up? Are you guys here? I tried to go and do something real quick. Uh, so yeah, where were we? We doing the hair, I think. Yeah, hair. Let's do some hair here. Alright, guys, I think this is it for tonight. Try to be live again tomorrow or maybe later at night. I'll see you guys. Thank you for joining in. Take care.